Hello and welcome once again to Ask Me Anything on Diabetes, powered by knockdiabetes.com. And once again, we are here to answer the curious questions that has been asked by various diabetics and also people who are suffering from diabetes. Well, I am your host, Dr. Aniket Banvi, a naturopathy and yoga physician. What we have found in recent times is very painful, and the reason is because we have seen the rise of diabetes, and not just diabetes but many other lifestyle diseases in today's time and scenario, and the numbers have been increasing exponentially, as in how people are suffering. They are not just suffering physically, they are suffering mentally, they are suffering emotionally, they are suffering in all the dimension of their life. When your health is not taken care, then each and every pillar of your life is going to collapse one by one. You need to make sure to take care of your health primarily, and that is the most unfortunate aspect of our own life, that we have been never told or taught to take care of our own health. And in that point, in that whole spectrum, people have been suffering, unfortunately. And that is where the rise of all these things come into place. That is where we come in to educate people. Me as a doctor, I believe that education is needed primarily. I believe that even any before any medication is given, you need to educate the person. Education is the laying foundation to take care of your health, and the purpose of doing this is to bring an awareness in taking care of your health. And as we all know that India is known to be the capital of diabetes, and not just that, the numbers are also saying that, the researchers is also saying that. In the year, you know 23, last year, a Lancet report which was published by ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research, says that there are more than 100 million diabetics living in India right now. And that is the most concerning part. And exponentially, not just diabetes, pre-diabetes is much more bigger audience, obesity, abdominal obesity, and so on and further, and many other such lifestyle diseases, dyslipidemia, dysglycemia. All those things are rising every day exponentially, and that is the most painful part of this journey. And as we India are growing in terms of technology, in terms of education, in terms of every other aspect, we need to grow in terms of taking care of our health as well. And the only person who is responsible to take care of your health is you, and that should be your primary goal when you are in this earth at this point of time, at least. Because once you're healthy, you will be able to accomplish so many things. And this is an interesting thing that I happened to read in a Naval Ravikant's book, saying that what is happiness? Happiness is health, wealth, and good relationships. And it is in this order itself, that first comes health, then wealth, and then good relationship. And we usually neglect the very first pillar of happiness, that is our own health. And we sacrifice so many things and prioritize so many other things before putting ourselves first and in taking care of our own health. With that, it brings us to a question that most diabetics ask me every time when they meet me. Every time I meet a diabetes person, a person who is suffering from diabetes, he or she asks me one thing definitely in this whole journey, and that is, how do I handle diabetes and how do I manage diabetes in the long term? And can you tell us one or two tips that we can implement in our day to day life? And this is something that I'll be sharing in a few more minutes, the aspect and the importance of certain simple things to be implemented. And yet we all know these things, but have no belief and trust in doing so. So everything starts from the time when you start believing in something. When you believe in something, your thoughts, your actions are aligned. And when your actions are aligned, when you take that action, when you execute that thing, you will definitely reap a certain amount of result, definitely. And the very first, I wouldn't say it as a hack step XYZ, is something that you should be doing so that you can manage diabetes. Because in a study they say that implementing this activity or this act has shown to be very beneficial in managing diabetes, especially the postprandial blood sugar level. That is, after you have your meal, once you check after 1.5 hour to 2 hours of the blood sugar level, that is postprandial blood sugar level, is able to be managed by doing this action. And this action is by making sure that you take a walk for 15 to 20 minutes after your each meal. And doing so has shown to be very beneficial in managing diabetes, and has been very beneficial in cribbing down the blood sugar levels. And the study says that it is very effective in managing your postprandial blood sugar level. And this is the first thing that you should be doing. So after your meal, don't go and take a nap, don't sit and watch a TV, don't do any of the other things. You need to, after your meal, sit for at least 5-10 minutes, fine. After that, take a walk for 15 to 20 minutes. You need to take that action to make sure that these actions will lead to a beneficial result in the long term. And implementing this will be very beneficial in the long term. And it has been shown in very other activities and various other aspect of the life. That is the very first thing that you should be doing. The second thing that you should be adding or including in your day-to-day life to manage your diabetes efficiently is adding a high fiber pre-meal. Adding a high fiber pre-meal, that is, it could be a salad which contains onion, cucumber, carrot, lemon, all those things. Have a plate of salad before you start eating your actual meal. And if you see, in India, if you have gone to a restaurant for a lunch or a dinner, even before you ask anything, they'll come and serve you a plate of salad. That might be a plate of cucumber, a plate of onion, carrot, radish, many other things. So this pre-meal salad or high fiber thing is going to be very beneficial for your gut, primarily because it helps in production of short chain fatty acids, which results in production of three major components, that is acetate, propionate, and butyrate. These three things have been shown to be very beneficial in managing your diabetes, reducing your inflammation, and helping in reduction of also the blood pressure also, and blood glucose level, definitely. So make sure that you add this. And this is going to be a very much needed, because the meal that you are going to have, the salad that I'm saying you to have, will also feed the gut bacteria. And when the good gut bacteria is activated, they will return you certain amount of components which I just now explained. So they are going to be very beneficial in the managing your diabetes also. So make sure that you include these things in the process, or in your each meal before having your main meal. That is, it might be lunch or dinner. Eat a plate of bowl of salad which includes various things that I just now explained. And the another effect is that it also stimulates a hormone called as incretin. This has been shown to stimulate the production of insulin from the pancreas. So the incretin hormone is also instigated by this whole process. Now, number third thing is to eat mindfully. Make sure that you practice mindful eating. What do I mean by mindful eating? Let me elaborate to you. Mindful eating has been shown to be very beneficial, because when you're eating mindfully, you are making sure that you are absolutely in an parasympathetic state. This is a relaxed rest or digest state, where you will be resting, and also the digestion process of your body will be absolutely at its peak, and it's going to help you in digesting the food whatever you eat. So when you're eating mindfully, you need to be not absolutely stressed, you shouldn't be under stress, you need to be relaxed, you need to be calm. Chew the food properly and slowly. Chewing the food properly and slowly will help you in breaking down the nutrients that is required to your body. And when you chew properly, you will be able to extract the micronutrients, and that will be very beneficial in managing your diabetes also. So chew properly, chew slowly, and also by chewing this, what happens is that you also are signaling the hunger and satiety pathways, that is leptin and ghrelin, that pathway where you feel satiated. So you once you feel when you eat slowly, when you chew the food properly, the signals are going in a right pathway and saying that this much of amount of food is enough, and we are satiated. If you are stressed, these pathway will be hindered, you will be not able to eat in a right manner, and also there won't be a count for you, there won't be a measure, there won't be a limit for your eating habit. So these all things comes in mindful eating, and these all things what I just now explained happen to be said to be very beneficial in managing diabetes. These are all small simple things that you can implement without anything and without any of the other assistance. This is all you can do it by your own self, and that is how you can make sure that you will be able to manage your diabetes in the long term. And make sure that all these three things, that is walking after your each meal, make it a habit. And then you will be doing is chewing the food properly. And then what you will be doing is that you will also be adding salad or high fiber foods in your plate before your each meal. So doing all these three things will be very beneficial in managing your diabetes, and these are the primary three things that you can include in managing your diabetes in the long term. And with that, I'll take a leave and see you on the next Wednesday, and hope I'll answer your curious questions in the next session. And you can visit the various links that is described in the comment section or in the description, and know more about us. With that, I'll take a leave. See you on the next live.